One of the hottest properties in Hollywood. Hit records, blockbuster movies like Men in Black, Independence Day, Enemy of the State, and a new wonderful movie, Wild Wild West. Will you welcome Will Smith? Well, that lot gone, man. That's some. Now that's something you do, I'm told, when you go into the studio sometimes. Not when the show's on. You just go in and scream.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
What does that do?
It makes you feel good. Try it. Just one good time.
Ah!
Yeah, you feel good.
I heard something. Hang on. Now we get to the movie Wild Wild West. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep.
Now I'm not going to run through the whole life and times of, but
No, really, let's.
you signed a
You have a lot of pillows. Did you know?
well, you can dump some. Throw a few out there, Will. Get rid of some balance.
Yeah, there's lots of pillows.
Right, now, you will stay behind and ride along. Now, you signed a record deal when you were just a kid, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was 16 years old. I signed my first record deal. It wasn't a good one. It wasn't
right that there was some shady character?
Oh,
with,
yeah, he
with
was...
with a gun? Getting you to sign?
He wasn't saying that he was going to shoot us. No. You know, he wasn't saying that. He just had the meeting with the gun there. You know, let me just sit this here just in case. You know, but go on, sign your name.
So you thought, well, maybe we will.
Maybe I should just go ahead and sign my name. You know, it was a little shady, but it worked out well. We signed to a record company out in New York. They heard our first record, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble. And you notice how all the titles like Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, Parents Just Don't Understand. So you know that?
Little rebel there
yeah,
already?
Yeah, you know, just a little, because I'm a rebel, man. I got to fight back.
Hey, Will, you came to London, though, didn't you, to make an album?
We recorded our first album in London, absolutely. You have a lot of information.
Well, I've been learning about you, see.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to, like, start a rap career?
Well, I might, you know. What
You seem like you'd be like a hardcore gangster rapper, though.
So when you came over at that time in your career, because that wasn't Will Smith Big Star, that was Will Smith Wannabe.
Yeah,
did
right.
you stay in some poky little hotel? It wasn't Claridge's, I thought.
No, it was a nice hotel when we first came. We stayed in the Holiday Inn Swiss Cottage, and then we stayed there.
They're calling the Holiday Out now since you left. But let me get to the situation that's going on right now. I mean, everything is just flying. You've got a record in the charts at Wild Wild West. Yeah. You've got this album which has done fairly well in America. Right? The premiere of the movie is today.
Are you coming, or are you just?
I'm going to go and see the movie.
See, there was too many. You should come to the premiere.
Here.
Oh, that's true. You got to be working. Yeah.
What do you play? What do you play in Wild Wild West? What do you?
I play James West, and I'm a secret government agent who was hired by the president to stop a madman, Kenneth Branagh, from taking over the United States government and then eventually the world with this weapon of mass destruction. He has a mechanical tarantula.
It's wild. It's like
really
James Bond, only in the Wild West.
Right, absolutely. It's like that. That's a really good description. It's like a James Bond, like a black James Bond in the West.
Yeah. that's real Will Smith. It's different. Look, let's have a look at this clip. I think in this clip.
You just spit. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, because you look like you were just going to ignore it, you know.
I was going to sign it for you and send it to your room. But this film...
Did you guys see? You saw it, right? You saw it. It flew out.
You see what
it was like, he's sitting, he's talking...
Spit on... See what effect you have, Will. People just froth at the mouth. The thought of you. Now, Kevin Kline's in this movie.
Kevin Kline.
And he's in this scene here with you.
Okay, you have a clip.
We're going to have a quick look. He's the other guy. He's the one who's got the weird inventions, and you're the more hard talking, straight to let's go get him guy?
Yeah, our relationship in the film is I'm like a man of action. James West is a man of action who often acts so quickly he doesn't have time to think. Whereas Kevin Kline plays Artemis Gordon, who is a thinking man, who often thinks so much that he forgets to act on his brilliant thoughts.
And on this, he's been masquerading as a woman, right, to try and track this guy down, and you're telling him that it was rubbish.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's have a look at this.
Let me tell you something about your beloved art of disguise, Gordon. That night at Fat Cans, it wasn't a difficult task to see that you weren't a woman.
I was propositioned by 3 men.
You looked nasty, just butt ugly. I mean, your breasts were hard and stiff and sticking out like a couple of rusty cannons on a sunken ship.
These breasts are a work of art, aesthetically and scientifically perfect. Touch my breast. Just one. Touch one.
You happy, Gordon? I'm touching your breasts.
I knew it.
Wait. Squeeze it gently. Not that hard. Now you've shifted all the buckwheat around.
Buckwheat? That's your problem.
What are you doing?
Now touch my breast.
Ooh,
Huh? Now that's what a breast is supposed to feel like.
very nice.
I wouldn't want people to get the idea this is not a family film. This is a fun film with a very funny moment in it. But family, for you, it's very important. Is that I noticed, I mean, right from the sitcoms and the work that you do, you very much got the family in mind, haven't you? You're out there to entertain a whole family. I mean, there's hordes of young kids hovering around this building today. I don't know whether you know that. And I think a lot of that comes back from your upbringing and your discipline from your mum and your dad. They were good when they were saying,
Absolutely. I mean, to me, it's always been really important to me to have family and to try to create work. Like with my records, I try to create records that parents can put it on in the car with their children and they can let it play all the way through and not have to worry about
or cough here and there.
Oh yeah, try to cough them. Okay, no, oh, that was nothing, sweetie, that was nothing. But to have work and to have things that the family can enjoy and just that's fun. And this film is really directed at children, and there's big explosions and great mechanical gadgets and all of that, and it's fun.
The reason I'm talking about the family aspect was that I know your dad was always, because your dad kept you away from all of the dangerous things around drugs and things like that.
When
right?
I was growing up, I thought my father was like insane. My father was in the military, so we had to put hospital corners on the bed and we had to roll our socks up and all of that. And, Dad, I'll be home at 0700. So he was very, very, very military, very strong. So like, I never messed with drugs or anything like that because I thought he would literally kill me. Not like you saying, oh man, I'm gonna kill you. No, like for real. I thought he would kill me for real. And what happened was peer pressure wasn't important to me. It's like when a friend said, oh man, you soft, you not smoking this marijuana, you soft. Like, hey, I will be soft, but I will be alive and soft. So you can go on about your business with it.
Now you've got a son of your own, haven't you?
I have 2 sons.
Two sons?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old. Yeah. Oh man, you better watch me. I'll make them quick.
So, are you passing on? Well, they're a bit early to give them that kind of information, but you're going to keep an eye on them and keep firm discipline on them?
Oh, absolutely. The thing, what I do.
You're not going to have to put corners on the beds or anything like that.
No, I'm not going to take it that far. But the thing is, like, you just act crazy. That's what I do with my kids. Like, you just act like you're crazy because that's all that you really have. See, my father actually really was crazy when we were growing up. So now I'll just every once in a while. And it's great. I'm an actor. So when my son does something wrong, I go, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
You scared me then.
See, it worked, right? Now you're going to behave yourself for the rest of the interview, right?
Hey, Will, is that right that you played golf with President Clinton?
Yeah, I played golf with Clinton. I played golf with Tiger Woods. I played golf with Jesper Parnevik the other day. So that's my thing.
You probably do better against Clinton than you did against.
Yeah, there's the other guys. Yeah.
All right, now you could be president. You said you quote, if I complete it. If I made up my mind, would be president, Will, in 15 years?
See, I'm glad you asked me that question, actually. You know, I feel that I possess the talent and the wherewithal that it takes to hold a public office. See, now, I'm going to give you a quick lesson, okay? Yeah. Now, pretend this is your audience, you know, your constituents, okay? Now, I want you to tell them that I will be president of the United States. Like, say it to them, but you have to point at the audience and tell them definitively, I will be the president of the United States. Like, try it.
Is
like,
this me telling them Dez is going to be president? I'm telling them.
No, that Dez is going to be. Okay.
If you vote for me, all the things you wanted, all the things you believe in, will happen.
Boo!
No.
I want the other guy. I don't know who it is, but I want to vote for the other guy. Come on, you got to be strong with it. You got to be strong. See, and the thing is, most people, when they point with their finger. That's a no-no. When you're president, you got to point with your thumb. I absolutely will be the president of the United States. See, it's strong. You see the fist? The fist is strong. You see that? Be the president.
Good fist.
And you do that on the words. I will absolutely be the president of the United States. Right, you see? Right there.
So are you going to run for president?
I'm figuring, you know, I'm going to take 10 years. Oh, my God, there's a fly. You see the fly? Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I come all the way over here to see you, and you've got bugs? No.
Are there going to be any sequels to Independence Day, Man in Black?
You know, people have been asking about it. I think that probably the most sequelizable film.
That's a good word.
It just hurts saying it, actually. Like Men in Black seems like the film that is most likely to be sequelizable. But you know, I don't like sequels because it's hard to make them better, you know, than the original film. Like
usually squeezing a drop more.
Yeah, you're squeezing. You know, we made some money. Let's get some more.
Muhammad Ali. Now here's now you're gonna
have so much information.
You're gonna play Muhammad Ali, the life story. All right, I'm sure you got all the talent, but you still got. I mean, what are you?
Hey, now, don't get me started now. Don't get me started. I'll show you. That was good. You just hurt yourself.
I just hurt my shoulder. What I want to know is you see the weight. How much do you weigh? What do you weigh at the moment?
Right now I'm probably right around 203, 204
but he was
pounds.
240.
He was 185 when he was younger. I would probably go down as Cassius Clay to play him around 18, 19 years old, and then go up to maybe 220, 218.
And you got to, I mean, all right, we were clowning around, but you've got to know how to punch and you're going to take lessons and training, or have you done a bit of that over the years?
I'll knock you out right now.
Oh, sure you will. Anything you say, Mr. Smith, it's all right by me. Will you float like a butterfly? Will you sting
like a bee? Absolutely. You know, the thing is, his life is so amazing, and I think that the younger children aren't aware of the things that he did in his life. He has a life and tests in his life of biblical proportions. Amazing. It almost feels like you couldn't write it better than the way that it was lived.
Did you meet Muhammad Ali?
Yes, I met with Muhammad Ali probably about 6 months ago.
Did he have approval over the guy that's going to play him? I assume they would have asked him.
No, that was the thing. I went to him to see if he was behind the story, and he was really into it. And I sat down with him, and he looked at me. He said, "You almost pretty enough to play me." So that's the approval from the champ.
I wish you had success with that. You do say, I've heard you say that, yeah, I'm quite happy the way I look, but I'm not too keen on my ears. I got sticky out ears.
My ears, see, the wonderful thing about ears is that people love them. People love, my ears stick out a little bit, you know, it's not
taxis with the doors open.
It's like a 1964 taxi cab with both doors sticking open. One of my friends said I look like a trophy. You know, with their handles. You know. But the thing about my ears is they're like a wonderful, wonderful aphrodisiac. Like,
really?
Yeah, my ears really, really turn women on.
Really?
You know, I mean, feel it.
Can I touch them?
Cause see, now hold on. See, because then you're going to be calling me, you know, all the time. I'm going to get messages, Will, this is Des. You didn't call me last night. But go on, I'll give you a single, you know. Go on, see?
Ding,
Woo,
ding.
yeah.
No, well, you've seen this lovely guy. Isn't he lovely? Where's Smith? Number one man. Where's Smith?